for the sickness, I think we will all agree to some extent that yes, maybe he's sick. But can that prevent him from answering any question from the OSP?
No.
That is it. That is the case now. And the only way for him to get his way around is to come out with proofs.
Okay.
Official documentation that will prove that he's sick, he's seeking treatment, and it is urgent.
Okay.
Because yes, they want to prosecute him or they want him to be accountable to whatever that he has done. But so who are and I don't think even the OSP or people who feel that he should be accountable for his deeds will wish that he will die.
Okay.
So if he's going to treat himself, or if in fact legitimately he has document to back that he's treating himself, I think he should be allowed to do that. In fact, me at this point, I would also wish that the OSP will grant his request to do the thing virtually.
I think my brother is mentioned about OSP can go ahead to charge him. It doesn't work like that, right? Okay. Of course, Ken Ofori Attah through his lawyers can tell the OSP that I will not make myself available. You can go ahead and charge me. You can even tell the police that I will not make myself available for investigation. You can go ahead and charge me. That one, you are not being denied of the principle of natural justice. Because the very principle only usher pattern that here the other side. Okay. So you should be given a fair opportunity to provide answers to every allegation leveled against you. Okay. But in this case, Ken Ofori Attah has not said he will not come. He's only telling you that I'm going to take care of myself indefinitely. I don't know where that grammar is coming from. Indefinitely could mean 1,000 years. Yes. So we should go to the cemetery and investigate you. I don't have a problem with traveling outside the country. In fact, I'm not part of those people calling to come to Ghana to go to our households. It's our liberty to use his money to go anywhere he wants. That's not my problem. My problem has to do with that. Is your sickness side that you cannot even sit in the plane, or you're not mentally sound to answer questions? That's my question. So please come and answer questions. These same people collapse our banks. We talk about collaboration. It's more like featuring. Collapse banks. Oh yes. They didn't collapse people's banks. Their monies they wasted in cleanup was even more than the money that we lost. Hey. So clearly it's an incompetent government. I just told Professor Sammy Konfi, who spearheaded $2 million wasted. Yansi Pillar back craft SkyTrain. Now train, we need one from Accra to Kumasi. We don't have. We are telling SkyTrain. We are bound to make mistakes. Fact. And Ghanaians should feel free to correct us anytime we go wrong. And that is why you realize that instantaneous measure were taken to make sure that the appointment was revoked. She was just a board member, not the CEO or board chairman. No. But that was to say that she going there was right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But we have to also commend government for the fact that at least he was able to act swiftly by respecting the intelligence of the people that voted for them. Thank you. Because the power belongs to you. Before you go to chapter 8 and talk about your powers as executive president, or chapter 10, talk about members of parliament, your powers. The Constitution, Article 1, Clause 1, is telling that the sovereignty of Ghana resides in the people of Ghana. Thank you. In whose name or for whose welfare the powers of government are to exercise. So, President Mahama is there exercising the power for our welfare. Yeah. So, if he's taking any decision that we think that is inimical to our own living, we can put him to order. And that is what we mean by Aban Papa.
Ride or drive with Shaxi. Download the Shaxi ride-hailing app and sign up as a driver or rider. Get Shaxi today from the Google Play and Apple App Store today.
Now let's move on to our next business. This is still Sammy Flex TV's PNP, Pop and Politics. Young gentlemen sitting to discuss some of the issues around governance and policies in the country. And this particular story, I'm interested in it. Sa OSP ni Ken Ofori Attah story. My interest was high because for the past 8 years, I broke decisions. It is a bank don't close, you say, be coming. Who's a Sikano would be safe there.
Even the delayed in paying back.
And many people have suffered. Yeah. Whether those things were like we are saying constitutionally done, democratically done, or unlawful, Now, what is happening? Yesterday, me and Chemu on PMP, we had this conversation where we said, oh, see idea, Naka, my papa no space ning na so no answer ne ho, no answer ne 2nd June, Kamra na yento ankomo so. Unfortunately, a breast win no say that ne honton still intimating online. Virtual meeting.
Interrogation.
And OSP was now I bet ready and that be yentimi nyesa. Na say na kind one madia e be mount wanted tag at their torso. Ampa OSP no an intro. And run now I'm bobo wanted. Now share description na. Omu yi ni pepe or black hair, brown skin, black eyes, so everything was right.
But here sound. You know, almost Sammy.
Gray hair. And that is there. And the happened on Assassin Radio pages. And I saw this first on Assassin Radio page. Assassin Radio page, I started to say, oh, why is the OSP office lying? We actually sent a letter. Actually said, the man is suffering from prostate cancer. Because of that, he is going for surgery. I think on 13th or 16th June or something 13. Like that. 13th June. Or surgery. In Tadena, Kisia Jabine and Crawford say, Amonti and Karen sending to Papa declared wanted. And check, and Kisia Jabine sending Crawford was, hey, Omoboa. Moboa. Oboa. We have been talking to the lawyers of Ken Ofori Attah. The lawyers have not given us any note or letter from any hospital from anywhere in the world say Papa na ekwa surgery. Nobody from his family has given us any letter say Bibi Sahaba. And so what are people saying? In German Komono, asa aye on and off. Me, I see cat and mouse kind of game between the OSP and Ken Ofori Attah. This story here is saying that OSP denies receiving medical reports of Ofori Attah. This is after being declared wanted. Let me read this story now. It says, the Office of the Special Prosecutor has set the record straight, stating that it has not received any official correspondence from the legal team of former Minister of Finance Ken Ofori Attah regarding his medical reports. A letter purportedly from the Mayo Clinic and dated May 14th, May 14th, 2025, has gone viral. It provides justifiable reasons for why former Finance Minister Ken Ofori Attah could not return to the country to honor the OSP's June 2nd, 2025 deadline, which has since passed. According to the content of the letter, the former minister underwent an MR-guided biopsy and was diagnosed with prostate cancer. It further stated that a necessary surgical procedure has been scheduled for June 13, 2025, rendering him unable to travel and attend the OSP's meeting in person. However, in response to the circulating letter, the OSP stated categorically that neither Ken Ofori Attah nor his legal team has submitted any such letter concerning his medical status to the office. We wish to place on record that neither Mr. Ofori Attah nor his lawyers have submitted any such letter to the office. A notice from the state prosecutor dated June 3rd, 2025 said. Now, the OSP's notice further clarified that Ken Ofori Attah's legal team had only submitted a letter informing the office of a change in his medical condition, and the story goes on like that. It says the only correspondence received from his legal representative is a letter notifying the OSP of a change in his medical condition, and on their say-so, it continued. The notice added that it is notable that the alleged hospital letter has been circulated through the media rather than submitted to the law enforcement agency actively investigating him and responsible for decisions regarding his return to Ghana. To date, no certified medical records or official document from any hospital authority has been submitted to the OSP, indicating that Mr. Ofori Attah is incapacitated or unable to travel to Ghana. And that is what the story says so far. So it is what it is. And at the moment, everybody knows exactly what is happening between the OSP as well as Ken Ofori Attah. Let me go to Chemu now, Enra. Me and Chemu, we sat here and we talked about the cat and mouse. Chemu also explained why he has been tagged wanted by the OSP. Chemu, Enra, why he is a wanted, he's a fugitive.
Yeah.
At the moment, they almost say, oh, a letter. But oh, it's a letter, the money nam. I won't think one. As I said, in a positive first. And that should tell you something.
Yeah, for sure. You see, the OSP, I think in his press conference, he said it, that some of the things that he said, he has repeated in the response that he's giving to the letter moving around. He said that he has not received any official document coming from the hospital that he's treating himself.
Okay.
And for that one, I think this is the reason why the letter is out now.
Okay.
For them to also counter what the OSP is saying. But the thing is, OSP is saying that he has not received the letter. Can they tell the general public, since they have released it, the time that they submitted the letter to the OSP? I think yes. So
categorically clear on that.
So I suspect what they are doing is to rather play to the public sympathy or win the public on the fact that the man is sick.
Okay.
And again, I think we all knew or saw the time that he was even the minister. We got the indication or we got a report that he's sick and he's trying to treat himself. I think they called him for hearing at the parliament, and one of them called crocodile or two in another, and people said that it's because he's not feeling well, because at the time that he was supposed to be active, not all that and all those things. So for the sickness, I think we will all agree to some extent that yes, maybe he's sick, but can that prevent him from answering any question from the OSP?
No.
That is it. That is the case now. And the only way for him to get his way around is to come out with proofs.
Okay.
Official documentation that will prove that he's sick, he's seeking treatment, and it is urgent.
Okay.
Because, yes, they want to prosecute him or they want him to be accountable to whatever that he has done. But so what? I don't think even the OSP or people who feel that he should be accountable for his deeds will wish that he will die.
Okay.
So if he's going to treat himself, or if in fact legitimately he has document to back that he's treating himself, I think he should be allowed to do that. In fact, me at this point, I would also wish that the OSP will grant his request to do the thing virtually, because this is not the court case. He is not in court. You are now doing investigation. You are now trying to interrogate him. So if virtually he can be available for you to interrogate him, why not do it, and after that take him to court, whether he's here or not. Okay. Especially when we have a case that it has been done before.
Okay.
Why not use that process? But I think OSP in his defense said that Ken Ofori Attah and his people cannot dictate how he should run his investigation. And
when it comes to investigation, when it is one-on-one, it comes with some authority and some power than virtual. Because now your gestures are all going to play a part.
Yeah,
but if you are hiding behind a laptop and antics, we want to see your body gestures. Are you speaking the truth, or you are even speaking lies?
Yeah, of course. But it's an investigation, so he can even lie if he is in front of you.
Yeah.
The thing is, until you take him to court to answer for whatever things that you think he has done wrong, all these things are part of the formality of taking him to court or charging him. So for me, if he will be invading or he will be doing all those things, I mean, even if the Interpol thing comes in and then they bring him back, you can't imprison him for not coming to answer your question. Just that you can put that thing as part of the charges that you will give to him. Invading the interrogation or the investigation that you were doing and all those things. So for me, I think OSP too, he's doing the right thing. I mean, he wants to go through the right channels
process,
and do his job. But if he's going to evade them, trying to give excuses upon excuses, And indeed, if they have a solid case against him, I think they should proceed to court and charge him. And let's see if that one too he will evade it.
Because I remember
Yeah.
yesterday he said this that
Yeah.
we can still go ahead and seek justice.
Yeah.
And do justice in absentia if he refuses to come.
To come, yes.
Okay, yeah, share what it means. But to honorable, come through now. Cat and mouse game between OSP and Ken Ofori Attah. What do you also have to say?
Okay, so I'm saying that I don't see this as a cat and mouse game. See, the MPP will always try and make things look like the government or let's say the institutions that he has charged them to keep this kind of things going, prosecution and all that. They will always make it to look like you are playing the political cards. Yes, because once this comes in, people will mention NDC versus Ken Ofori Attah is no more OSP and Ofori Attah. That's what I'm saying. And so clearly, I think OSP is right by saying they can't dictate, Ofori Attah and his people can dictate to them what they will do.
Okay.
Because if we admit for the virtual interrogation or the investigation and they do it, and later when they want him to come to court for the actual prosecution process, he will give another excuse. Right now, he even said they are going to remove his kidney to make someone, so he can't come. You understand? They will continue to give excuses upon excuses, and it will take us the whole of the 4 years, and we will not.
Yeah, nothing will happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can. So, are we going to? If that happens, are we going to do the prosecution process also virtually? How effective would that be?
And again, maybe when you go and he's guilty, how do we get hold
How
of
do you
him
prosecute him? You understand?
to serve whatever punishment that will come out
Then,
Exactly.
then
The
you
exact
use the
question.
Interpol
to bring him. So
and
you want to
imprison
bring
him.
him now.
So if there is a process or there is a legal precedence that we can use to bring him, you should bring him now. He should come and come, or else they should proceed to the court and continue the actual prosecution.
Yeah.
When he's found guilty, then we will use that coercive process to bring him in to face the
Extradite
law,
him and
to
then
face the
just
music,
take
to
him
face
to
the consequences of what his action is deemed him to do.
Okay.
That's the exact thing we are supposed to do now. We are not supposed to be stressing this and playing all the making things look like we are playing political games with these people. We've come for business. We've come to prosecute people who have wasted resources over 8 years. People went to bed on empty stomach. And some people sat at one corner.
Still people are going to bed on empty stomach.
Yes, then we are saying that see,
But it's getting better. I
it's
mean,
getting
about
better.
Papa.
See, the assurance
Oh,
alone. that things are
it's getting better.
Things are getting better.
Go out there. Don't call committee. Call committee. Committee will tell you how people are sleeping empty stomach on the street.
See, the assurance
want
alone
to
that things are
job.
getting better can make you better.
Yeah.
Yes, sometimes I use myself as an instance. Sometimes I go to bed without eating some evenings, but the assurance alone that Charlie, now things are making better. Like I have a hope, I have confidence on something that something will come. I have a confidence that one day I'll meet Shatawale and he dash me some dollars. I'm okay. You understand?
You not meet to force in.
One day shall go get some.
So the assurance alone that the dollar is depreciating against the CD and you start getting work to do, jobs to do. The government is so let's say people-centered to the extent that he's initiating policies and projects that will create more jobs for people to get.
That will bring
jobs
some
to do.
relief onto
That
the
will
people.
relieve the burdens on the people, the masses, and also create a conducive environment and economic atmosphere for people to work, for investors to be attracted to come into the country to come and invest, and things to move on smoothly. That alone is better for the people. But we are talking about people who deliberately misallocated and misappropriated and also fund the capital
Public
that is
funds,
supposed to be
okay.
used to create infrastructure or to better the economy for the people, and they deliberately, the word is deliberately, misallocated these resources and destroy the economic foundations.
How do you know? How do you know they deliberately did those things?
It's deliberate. It's deliberate.
Okay.
If
Court will
if there
do
is
that.
if there's a government to take oversight,
Uh-huh.
a government is not only the president. There's a government to take oversight, and the whole structure of the government, everyone is corrupt. Now, no one is responsible. Then how do we turn meters? It's not a deliberate action. It's a deliberate attempt to subside the glory of the country.
I see.
And that's exactly what they did. So we can't put these two parties or these two governments on the same scale. It's like truly unfair. Like it is above like imagination for you to just say, oh, NDC MPP. We've seen some before. They are doing the usual tactics. They are playing the political cards. That's not what you are doing. I will just appeal to the public or the masses, or Ghanaians, that they should follow these things with fact. If things are happening in the country, like things are advancing, you should know the fact. You should know what's going on. You shouldn't just sit for people to just say things that you feed on the wrong informations. Okay. You get misinformed and disinformed, and you will think that nothing proper is going on. Okay. You know, the most important thing, or what makes it so dangerous, is that sometimes you can be there and something will happen, like at even your front doors, and you won't be aware because of misinformation. See, let me use campus as an example. Sometimes I will ask someone, have you heard about National Apprenticeship Program? I say, oh, that thing, is it even working? Like, they are lying, like nothing that lies. I'm telling you that people are being provided with this apprenticeship training, and people are being supported with funds or startups to establish something for them, so they are making a living. And I'm telling you that there's a way for you to also benefit from it, and you are still listening to people who are just spreading false information that is not true. Then continue to like believe the lies and go through what you are going. So we should always be interested in finding updates or finding the correct facts about happenings in the country. Doesn't make you a partisan person. You understand? Okay. It just makes you a citizen. It doesn't make you a spectator. It means that you're a citizen. So we are going to hold Ken Ofori Attah responsible, no matter what he does. Okay. I'm sure, and I trust the actions of the OSP and his office.
Is that not another political charade?
No, that's not a political charade. Me, I will continue to say, Mama does not appoint someone because the person is an NDC or the person has work.
Mama appointed Dr. Andali.
Mama appointed him. See, appointment. Let me see.
The word I mean is Mama appointed Dr. Andali.
He appointed her indirectly. And disappointed her directly.
if it hadn't been the Okatachi and Co, like by now, I'm sure she started taking salary.
You see, in politics,
she will be advised.
There are various ways for information to leak.
Experts.
There are various ways for information to leak. You understand? Let me use certain instances like what we saw Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwa, current Ministry of Foreign Affairs doing. Some of the information you don't get them directly. You get from informants and other sources. Even sometimes your opposition party members provide you with information. Sure. So Okatachi has the voice. So it might happen that someone got the information, someone close to Ansali, that she has an issue with the person, and the person
it's not about having an issue.
Yes, sometimes it's politics. They can do it. You understand?
I don't want it to be the person would say it because there are issues. The person will say it because there are facts on the table. Indeed, the lady presented everything fake to those who were assessing her.
Exactly, but I'm talking about how the information leaked.
Don't be interested in that. Don't be interested in how the information leaked. Be interested in the reality.
Yes. So now the fact is that the president appointed the wrong person. The president didn't appoint the wrong person. You say we should submit CVs for appointment. We go through your CVs and you see that you are qualified, and we give you appointment. And later we find out that the CV is a fake CV.
Why do you have to find out? Why do you have to find out later?
It's possible.
Oh no! Then it means you are incompetent.
It's possible. See,
the moment you find out later, it means you are incompetent.
So that's not the point.
I'm a quack doctor. I'm going to have an operation on you. You did not take your time to find out this guy who is going to operate on me or do the surgery on me. Is he qualified? You wait for me to go and kill him because the guy was not qualified.
See on this,
you are dead.
See this same question. Sometimes let me tell you, even as we speak now, they are all professional doctors.
We just invite it the first now. The first now, we just invite it.
All professional doctors.
They made a mistake, and
it's very difficult for you to confirm the validity or the credibility of certain stuff like doctors, psychologists, and all this.
It is not really difficult.
It's truly difficult.
It is not.
You,
I mean, they have associations. They have
associations.
Yeah, you can
Councils,
write to
they have councils and all.
You can write to them to verify whatever that they are presenting to you.
To save yourself a stress of or a great deal of time being wasted and all that. Sometimes your attention won't come to the credibility of the person going to perform the surgery or the going to provide you the medical attention.
Let's take it like
your attention is on getting relief or getting treatment for your issues or your troubles or your medical attention that you are going through. You understand? It's a process. And it can be linked to these processes of selecting or vetting or let me say checking for the qualifications of these appointees.
I heard a word some time ago called political jingoism.
Political I've forgotten the
apparatchikis. Political jingoism. Well, no, it's all good. It's all good. Mahama is trying to get everything right, but if they get everything right, an obvious no. He wouldn't get everything right because he's dealing with a human institution or human institutions. Human institutions are definitely born to make mistakes, so it should be fair and fine. Like, it is good that when Mahama realized, Charlie, where they are for you, then we cancelled her, we took her out, replaced her with a qualified person. Pronto. And now when you go out there, there are other conversations about Malik Basintali, and the university has even published emails out that, okay, you guys should disregard that letter out there. We have not published any letter like that.
They didn't confirm that he
They've confirmed that they've not provided that letter. They've not.
I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in that topic yet.
Sure.
Until I get some more information before I'll be interested in it.
But for now, Shaxi, that's what we're interested in.
Oh yeah.
And empowering you.
No, I'm not back to you. Let me go to Kuma. Honorable Kuma on Ken Ofori Attah OSPs. Me, I still call it cat and mouse play. Yeah.
All right. Baletu, is that a good thing back to the food sometime? President Mahama has appointed some witty minds like Malik Basintali, who in his wisdom has partnered with Shaxi. That the boys in town should get a taxi. Malik has even said that he partnered with some private organization to get some Ghanaian use some cars that you can start with. Just 20 Ghana. You can drive, you can stop school, or we can go and drive. So yeah, you out there. Shaxi is there. You see, I buy Papa, but it's a buying that believes in Ghanaian own businesses. We've noticed that, you know, Yango, boats, they come and earn in cities. Take the monies away. They even have to even go and change it into dollars. That means there's a pressure on the few forests you have in your country. But today, the government, who thinks about the people in the country, that we need to support local businesses, is now partnering with Shatawali, the king of African dancer, to make sure that every Ghanaian youth who want to drive can earn something small. And if you look at the amount that you are paying for those, multinationals, ride-hailing companies.
Their commissions and all.
Their commissions cannot be compared to that of Shatawali.
Never.
Shatawali basically doing a free job. So please, if you are listening to me, get a taxi, register, and then me, for instance, my Shaxi. Everybody's saying Shaxi.
Wow.
There are some people you see, people are just not smart. You think Malik Basintali respond to something like that? When just this week, he partnered with Shatawali, he's trending. Just yesterday, he went to Kumasi to partner with GIZ, that fashion inclusive hub. And you want him to help you sway attention for what he's doing. Please, he's a politician. You have to be smart, bro. Anyway, Ken Ofori Attah. You see, you take information from Asase FM at your own peril, because Asase FM has a proven track record of fake information. And I can use evidences to that effect. When this issue of Chama went to me came, they were the same people to publish that Dr. Baumia has secured. Secured means that it has happened already. Sure it is. It wasn't true.
Okay.
So they have a proven track record. Today they always be telling us that he has not received.
But did Dr. Baumia submit some papers with the intent of?
Providing and securing are not the same.
No, what I mean is, did he provide?
I'm not privy to that.
Okay.
But should that even be true?
Okay.
Providing documents system and securing sureties. They are two different things.
I understand.
Now, too,
I want to blame the person's grammar. That's why.
That's fine. That is politics. They wanted to ask somebody by a champion's cup, but it didn't work. I'm just opening the filler. Anyway, I think my brother is mentioned about OSP can go ahead to charge him. It doesn't work like that, right? Okay. Of course, Ken Ofori Attah through his lawyers can tell the OSP that I will not make myself available. You can go ahead and charge me. You can even tell the police that I will not make myself available for investigation. You can go ahead and charge me. That one, you are not being denied of the principle of natural justice. Because the very principle only usher pattern that here the other side. Okay. So you should be given a fair opportunity to provide answers to every allegation level against you. Okay. But in this case, Ken Ofori Attah has not said he will not come. He's only telling you that I'm going to take care of myself indefinitely. I don't know where that grammar is coming from. Indefinitely could mean 1,000 years. Yes. So we should go to the cemetery and investigate you. No, it cannot work like that.
Okay. So why do you wait for him?
That's why today the OSP has said that he's going to get him extradited. So what we are doing now is to get Ken Ofori Attah into the country to make sure he come and answers questions to the SMLD, to the National Cathedral. You see, when it comes to MPP, the money they are wasted in, these are facts. And yesterday will be Boni Timaka. When it comes to Professor Miyan Konfi, it's a stock in trade. The whole professor, $2 million. Sky Train, one who pillar back Okruma. I chain also yari.
I heard he nearly fainted.
Oh yeah.
They took him.
In fact, Chama went to me too. That was his plan. When he was called to Manchester to answer questions, also Oyari. This one to Oyari. Until anytime they are being called to answer questions for their own, dealings.
That's when they get
the only way to swerve it is to say I'm sick. But when it comes to being sick and being called to answer questions to any investigative body, their determination to that. That's why they need a medical report. Being sick does not mean you cannot come and answer questions. So you want to look at the degree of it. Sometimes you look at the infirmity of the mind. Either you are not mentally sound to come and provide answers at this moment, because you may come and say something that you are not even aware of yourself, or you are so incapacitated that you cannot even sit in the plane to come to Ghana. So the medical report will give a fair idea of what you are going through now. You cannot just say I'm sick. I'm sick like how?
There are some people who are even arguing that prostate cancer surgery here in Ghana, they are successful.
It's not the same.
So you're unwell is not.
Jemo, are you saying we've not had successful prostate cancer surgery in Ghana?
I know somebody who went through that.
No, I know that. I also know the person. But what I mean is, can you say that we haven't had any successful prostate cancer surgery in Ghana before?
We can't say that. But you see, if you have what it takes to seek medical treatment in a place that you are confident in, you will take it. All the politicians, they do
I won't argue.
I don't have a problem with traveling outside the country. In fact, I'm not part of those people calling to come to Ghana to go to any of our households. It's our liberty to use his money to go anywhere he wants. That's not my problem. My problem has to do with that. Is your sickness side that you cannot even sit in the plane, or you're not mentally sound to answer questions? That's my question. So please come and answer questions. These same people collapse our banks. We talk about collaboration. It's more like featuring. Collapse banks. Oh yes, they didn't collapse people's banks. Their monies they wasted in cleanup was even more than the money that we lost. So clearly it's an incompetent government. I just told Professor Miyan Konfi, who spearheaded $2 million wasted. Yansi pillar back craft Sky Train. Now train we need one from Accra to Kumasi. We don't have. We are telling Sky Train. Those people they wanted to feel like as though they were thinking they were so. They had some bold visions. That's about men coming to you bold visions. Bold. You just bold. Or in the name of launching apps. With something that University of Ghana computer science student can do. They're telling me launching apps. These same people, MPP government, these are facts. 11.9 million. Palugu Dam. This is dollars, so not cities. Wasted. They spent a huge sum of money. You know Ajapadel, before he was suspended, you spent $12 million. Nina, senior, you know even drones, this country alone, under MPP, $3 million. We never saw one.
The drones that they were using to transport.
They claim that
$3 million.
Going to use it
one
to survey
Galaxy. You see,
sites.
the Attorney General also President Mahama and the Attorney General want to take their time to get enough evidence, strong evidence. When you go to court, the responsibility of an attorney general is to convince the court or the judges and then prove his defendant guilty of the crime committed. So I haven't had a problem with people claiming that the attorney general is publicly condemning or judging, those people under investigation. That's not the case. If you are going to court with anybody, right, when you go to court, you are in the presumption that your defendant is guilty. That's why you tell the judges that this person has done this to me. I think he has violated my right, and for that matter, imprison him or charge him of this. So you speak as though the person is guilty. There's a difference between judging somebody or speaking on what the person has done. So Attorney General is only telling us that this person has done this. OAC is telling us that he has done this. Come and answer questions. That strategy of I'm sick. Yes, because it looks like when Dampare arrested medical and Shatawale and they went through the processes and they were exonerated. That's what we need. Ken Ofori Attah should come when he was battling with COVID because only a sick identity, the data bank or financial advisor. Not COVID, no, and then they were also Ajuma. To the extent that 88 of their MPs said Nanado should sack him. Nanado, Ado, Onti, I said, nah, I'm not going to do that. So clearly, Ken Ofori Attah, Maria Boka, Oma, we are Boka to the extent, Nanado because his company because next can moody, we need a vegan. And clearly, we want to use every legal process to be able to faso. Then prosecutor, Obi and Jaji Obia, but he tries to say Kofona discount 58 million national country that wants it. Now, man 42 Omunya Dianindi. These same people, even I get fund, quite now 2,000. Eba Rollins, they buy here, not Julius Zebra education. And they buy, say, boy education, young fancy school at Dion Crassy, elementary school under trees. Almost a senior high school, the bus they've been using. I get fund sponsored. These people, when they came, Ken Ofori Attah 2017 on what they build of parliament for Airman Funds Capping and Realignment Act. And I'm capping in now, National Health Insurance normal capping, road fund normal capping, need normal cap. Mahama buy no see derby. You have one capping in 90 and menu can say, you one cap, a secure was a get fund yano. Local crime or the bones of your more receiver, we won't get fund level was Utia. Start time no more the tabua to someone we use can because yeah, no my was some way. And then Mahama say my union office. Obey Sika way now. You see, with the fake doctor appointment, whatever. I'm not going to defend government, but I also commend government for actions. You see, we are human beings, we make mistakes.
Thank you.
The most important thing has to do with how we respond to the mistakes done. Bam. It's not about talking about, because government, of course, have what it takes to have known whether the certificate presented were genuine or not. In fact, this same person, I learned she has been hosting TV programs. And I'm wondering why a TV station too will just allow anybody to come in. It can tell you that our system is so porous. And
we can say the TV station must have stronger institutions, which is fine. But for government,
I don't have a problem. But you see, for government to have come out, it can tell you that NDC government, we are not running the government as though we are angels. We are bound to make mistakes.
Fact.
And Ghanaians should feel free to correct us anytime we go wrong. And that is why you realize that instantaneous measure were taken to make sure that the appointment was revoked. She was just a board member, not the CEO or board chairman. No. But that was to say that she going there was right. That's what I'm saying. But we have to also commend government for the fact that at least he was able to act swiftly by respecting the intelligence of the people that voted for them.
Thank you.
Because the power belongs to you. Before you go to chapter 8 and talk about your powers as executive president or chapter 10, talk about members of parliament, your powers. The Constitution Article 1 Clause 1 is telling that the sovereignty of Ghana resides in the people of Ghana.
Thank you.
In whose name or for whose welfare the powers of government are to exercise. So President Mahama is there exercising the power for our welfare. So if he's taking any decision that we think that is inimical to our own living, we can put him to order. And that is what we mean by Aban Papa. Not the one that when Ghanaians complain or somebody go and hide millions of dollars under what do you call it, her bed, then the president will write a very romantic letter. More than Shatawale Mali. That I know you'll be exonerated. But president could have said that, I'm sorry, your certificate president were fake. I wish you all the best. No. We have made mistakes. We are presenting fake documents. We are telling you go. So clearly tells you that there has been change. Aban Papa Banti and you have seen national apprenticeship program. Everybody who wants to learn some artisanal skills will be enrolled. We are today increased the budget allocation for free senior high school 3.5 billion. And now Menoka say the gold board that you are going to buy gold within by 5 months, they took gold are exporting quite 41 tons. Sika Yanya free gold quite $5.2 billion so far. With a period of 4 months.
Yeah.
MPP are breso. Within the whole year, 12 months. What they got was around 4.6 billion. So Mahama first quarter alone. And the dollar that Bawumia said, when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. Today, Mahama on Kasabebri, he's getting the work done. And what I want to tell you about Bawumia is that when your fundamentals are strong, the exchange rate will speak for you. Such that you need not organize economic lectures and be sharing PDFs. Neither will you need to organize or commit gross diplomatic offense of arresting another country's currency and handing the key to your IGP or chief of defense staff.
Diplomatic offense.
It's a diplomatic offense that you arrest somebody's currency. You have a trap on your day and now on your day. So Mahama ne to force, also to force on Kasa.
David.
Yeah, we are getting the work done.
He's only forcing. He's
on the ground. You see, certificates. We are not concerned about certificate too.
Okay.
Whether it's fake or not, the most important thing that when you're balik basentari or dream, a who has a shatawali or business, I want to help him. It doesn't need you to go to university. In fact, there's no law in Ghana that says you have to get a university degree to become president in Impo.
Exactly.
So those things are inconsequential.
But then, don't also tell us.
Yes.
You have when indeed.
But that's not the case here because the university, in their response, couldn't have said that he has or not. And some people are putting a very warped argument that the university congratulated appointees. Do you know the number of appointees in this Mohammed's guy who completed the University of Ghana that we never saw their flyers from the university? Even the Ashanti region minister completed from our university.
Okay.
But the university didn't congratulate. It doesn't mean some alumni.
Okay.
So please stop that warped argument. What we are doing now is that Malik Basintale Shazi and you have police assistant, you have prison assistant. Monko na monko ya adwuma na monko sika nto bumbuto enya brofo kesige brofo ni sura kese amako ile ko wie sen nkofo amodi mfu abrochie ba ya ma ben ana ba wo me economist on otimi quote or be na ko do 16.5 or the public debt obeto ye the ko do over debt to GDP over 556 after 2022 now you could do 102%. Inflation Mahama breast so now say Mahama bon or communication experts Mahama breast around 13-14 as of December 2022 on what they could do 54.1 hyperinflation that be on my intellectual party. You see what we are doing as an intellectual party, what that Burkina president or leader is doing. It's not about education. It's about getting the work done. Building factories, people are employed. So whether you completed masters or not, that's not our problem. The most important Shatawale didn't go to school, but he's making millions. You that you completed PhD in sociology in University of Ghana cannot even rent in Chazaku. So focus on that and get the work done. Make the business straightforward. Thank you so much.
I think for the first I have to let Shatawale watch PMP. Yeah, because his references here were too many for him to miss. He has to actually see them. But for OSP and Ken Ofori Attah's concern there, all of us, we are following.
Yeah, we are following.
No, we are following keenly because me, I still think oral. 6 months into Mahama's government, it is still at the moment talk shop because we haven't seen one person convicted, judged, and maybe prosecuted or whatever.
Or taking whatever that.
We haven't. Yeah. So I still see it at the moment as a talk shop until we see, okay, you're far away, you didn't go through the law, no, say they could see here, they are paying the fine because of what he did. He's going to serve this number of years in jail. He had this, he had that, all these things have been taken from him. Then you can say, oral is oral.
You go oral them. Don't worry.
When we see those things, then you can say, oral is really oral. But at the moment there, it is talk shop. In my head, another political jingoism, another charade, and all those things happening. But politicians there, like that guy said, at every point in time, the politicians is using someone. If you look around you and you are not able to see, he's using Kuma, he's using Chemo, he's using Baleto, he's using Sammy Tuga. Then you should know that you Anyways, we end it here today on PNP Pop and Politics on Sammy Flex TV. It has been awesome with my gentlemen here Honorable Kuma, of course, an executive member, communication member of TAIN, a student of University of Ghana, Legon. In Team Dodo Solomon, aka Chemo, our online department head here at Flex Entertainment Limited. And again, Honorable Baleto, Jackie Boate's favorite guy.
Shout out to Jackie Boate.
I know, right? Yeah. Also a member of TAIN and a student of University. They are the future honorable. So you see the way they are talking when they get there and they start messing up this video. The internet doesn't lie. We go bring all the videos up. I'll see you again in our next video. We're out of here. Bye-bye.
Everybody check now. Check it. Fact check it. Fact check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it, check it. Fact check it, check it. Fact check it, fact check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer, check it, fact check it, check it, check it. Put sugar level, fact check it, fact check it, check it, check it. Fact check it, fact check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.